What if you could skip the car dealership, dodge the sales pressure, drive off in your ideal car, and save money? Today we're chatting with Todd Rizzo, the president of Rizzo Automotive Concierge Services, who is revolutionizing the way we buy, sell, and lease cars. Stick around. You will not want to miss this.
Hey now.
Hello.
Hey. Welcome back to the Digital Mayors Podcast, where we celebrate the people, businesses, organizations, and gems that make South Florida the best place to live, work, play, learn, and give.
Yes, sir.
Today's guest is a true game changer in the automotive industry. He's Todd Rizzo, the president of Rizzo Automotive Concierge Services, where he's redefined car buying as a seamless, stress-free experience, no haggling, no headaches.
Just results,
Just
baby.
results, baby.
What an introduction. Thank you, guys. I
don't
really
mess- we don't
appreciate
mess
it.
around.
I'm not
Mess
done.
around.
I'm not done.
I apologize.
Todd's mission is simple: to take the burden off your shoulders, save your valuable time, and deliver unbeatable deals on vehicles. We're so excited to learn more about his innovative process, his South Florida story, and get to know him a little better. Todd, welcome to the Digital Mayors Podcast,
Yeah, man.
How's it
Thank
going?
you, guys.
Thanks
Thanks
for
for
being
having
here.
me. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thank
we're
you so
excited
much.
to have you here.
It's such an honor to be here.
Right? We
We're
love
so
it.
glad you're here, brother.
Thank you. Thank you. So, listen, South Florida
Yeah.
has such a cool lifestyle, right? So, on a day off, how do you enjoy South Florida?
I mean, there's just so many things to do.
Yeah.
I don't even know where to begin, really.
Yeah.
But most of the time, I like to go to the Boca Resort, to be honest with you.
Man, it's beautiful there.
You know, families.
They don't
belong
let
there.
us in there,
Yeah.
but that
don't?
sounds nice. We
No.
get to drive by and look at it.
Oh,
We're
we're
gonna
going to have to change that.
we're gonna mention your
We're going
name.
to have to change that. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So the families belong there for a long time. So I like to go and kind of just hang out, unwind.
Love that.
And then it's also good to network there.
Yeah,
So
man. Yeah, a lot of.
Yeah, I heard a lot of them drive cars.
Is
that right?
Yes.
At least one or two.
Yes. And I know a couple that actually know you two very well.
Oh yeah, that's dangerous. Yeah,
Yes.
you wanna-
Whatever they say, it's not true.
Yeah, it's not true. And by the way, and so speaking of rumors, you ready for this one?
Sure.
Rumor has it.
I'm ready.
Rumor has it that Todd has some experience, some talent, even. I don't know if it's hidden or not, but you have some kitchen experience, some restaurant experience.
Yes, I
Is
do.
that true?
Yes,
Tell
I
us
do.
about
Wow,
that.
look
You're
at
not
you.
just
You're
a car
good.
guy.
Yes.
Yeah?
So actually, in Rhode Island, after we had car dealerships that we had sold,
Okay.
I decided to go into a burger bar business.
Oh, wow,
So
awesome.
the first build your own burger theme that we had in Rhode Island, I kind of came up with the idea, which I shouldn't say came up with it solely, but going to California a lot, saw some different ideas they had out there.
Right.
Transformed it to Rhode Island. I opened up Ozzy's Burger Bar, which is Rizzo backwards.
Rizzo backwards, right?
Yes,
Okay.
correct. Yeah, and I had that for 10 years. And actually, we had two. We had one across from the airport and one on the campus of URI in the
No
food
kidding,
court.
huh?
Yeah.
Oh,
That is so
wow.
cool. I didn't know that, man.
Yeah.
By the way,
Yeah.
so did you come up with the recipes for the burgers? Were you part of that?
Well, I was, but I can't take all the credit. I had a friend who's a culinary expert.
Oh, awesome.
And he helped design the menu. And then actually, we were featured on Phantom Gourmet.
Oh,
Really?
I love
Yeah,
that
out of
show.
what was his
Boston.
name?
We used
What-
to
Yes.
watch it all
we
the
used to
time.
watch it. What was his name? Was it Maddie?
Maddie.
Maddie in the morning.
Maddie in the
Correct.
morning.
Yeah.
And then you guys really want to laugh.
Uh-oh.
I went against Wahlburgers when they first came
Shut
out.
up.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah, that's what they did for
so the
for the
Wahlberg
best.
family's burger places and yours. I love
Yeah,
that.
best
On
in New
Phantom
England.
Gourmet.
Yeah, we won best in New England.
Amazing.
That's awesome,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
Well, the reason I asked is because I make a killer burger.
My
you?
brother
I'm
does
just
make
saying,
a good burger.
I do make good burgers.
We're gonna have to. We
Ben-
might have to just put that
Ben,
together.
can we do a burger cook-off maybe?
Well,
A
we did a
battle-
tur- we did
Can
a
we do a
turk
battle
off.
of the burgers?
We had a turk-off contest
We
for
had
Thanksgiving.
Turkey.
Really, a
Turkey
turk off.
A turk off. We had a
Turk
turkey
off, so we could do a
competition.
burger off.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
We could do a lot of
should that.
offs.
A lot of offs.
Yeah.
One-offs.
So speaking of off.
Yeah.
So you mentioned your family had dealerships in Rhode Island.
Yes.
Tell us about that. Like,
Sure. So in basically 1983, my dad got his first dealership. Prior to that, he had worked for somebody.
Okay.
He was always in the car business. He actually, fun fact, went to school, didn't graduate high school, never went to college.
Really?
Kind of a old Italian,
Right.
street kid.
Yep.
Hate to say it like that, but
Right.
that's what it was,
Yeah.
Growing up in Providence. People who are familiar would know off Charles Street.
Okay.
So then, great neighborhood. Now, not so much, but so I just decided after that, wasn't a school guy, kind of,
Yeah.
played
I get
around with the wrong people per se.
Happens.
Got into the car business after the bar business. So that's kind of where I got the restaurant
the
bar
restaurant
part.
bug.
He owned a couple bars that he had, and then when he met my mom, had my brother. That's when he was like, you know what, the bar business is not going to work. Went and worked for somebody and who owned a Lincoln dealership.
Okay.
And then at the end, that gentleman passed away
Okay.
suddenly. caused by himself.
I was gonna say you don't have to.
Yeah, he put the car in the garage and left it running.
Yeah, that's right.
So after that, my dad went and worked at another lot, and then found an opportunity to get his own Ford store, which then in the 80s they had a program called dealer development, where the manufacturer, Ford being this one, would put up a majority of the money, and you had to come up with $100,000.
Right.
And you could own a dealership, start to franchise the whole thing.
Amazing.
Yeah, and so he had to basically beg, borrow, and steal. In fact, I get the story all the time. My grandfather, my mother's father, was an Oldsmobile dealer.
Oh, wow.
His first dealership in 1924.
Holy crap.
Yeah, and so...
Wow.
That was with the original brothers, I'll bet.
Yeah, and he was very successful, and so they went to him at the end because they needed $10,000,
Right.
and he wouldn't help.
Interesting, huh?
Yeah, he wanted to kind of keep the things separate.
Interesting.
Which, so my father found a way,
Right, he
opened up
found
the
it?
dealership, in '83.
Love that.
And we ran that store until 2006. Prior to that, we had other ones. We had a Cadillac Pontiac, when they had Cadillac Pontiac back then.
Sure.
And then we had a Lincoln Mercury store in Palm Beach, in Okeechobee. So that was one of the reasons, well, we always came to Florida, but one of the reasons why I kind of made the transition. But prior to that store, there was also one in Sebring. If you guys are familiar with the racetrack. Yeah, so we were at the race. We were crossing the racetrack in Sebring.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it's kind of the Florida has always been in the family.
Well,
My dad always wanted to.
Yeah, but Florida
stores.
and cars, it's like it's in your blood,
It is.
right? No blood, it's motor oil.
Yeah, correct. On both sides.
Yeah, it sounds like it sounds like. So, just to quickly get back to to restaurant stuff. If you have friends in town or family in town, what's a spot that you're like, okay, here we're gonna go hit this restaurant? Like, where do you bring people from out of town?
You know, it's funny because I always go to Italian food. Everybody says, you know, is there something that you do different? But you just kind of, for me, we tend to just flock to it, you know, the Italian restaurants. And so, I mean, around this area in Boca, I mean, I always have my certain places. So, like, there's a place called La Valletta on Federal.
Okay.
Friday, they do homemade ravioli. Really? Sunday, they do Sunday dinner, which we were raised on Sunday dinner. The family gets together.
What's it called again?
La Valletta.
La Valletta.
Never heard of it.
And
where is it?
They do meatball, braciole, and pork in the sauces, which
The Sunday sauce.
We did the Sunday sauce,
Oh,
correct.
I love
That's
that
exactly.
stuff.
That's what they do.
But where is it?
Right on Federal, right before Spanish River.
Really? Okay.
on the left-hand
I'm making
side.
a note.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So they do.
I love food. I don't know if you know that.
Unbelievable. I'll have to take you guys there.
I eat like
Yeah.
7-8 times a day.
Yeah,
sometimes,
well, we'll have to take you guys there. And of course, my other go-to spot is Cafe Moderano, which everybody knows Steve
I think
Moderano.
I saw you there last night.
Yes, I was, in fact. Correct.
What's up, cuz?
What's up, cuz? Yo, cuz.
Yeah, yo, cuz.
Correct.
Yeah.
He's got
funny,
it.
right?
He's got it.
Beautiful. So, Todd, Rizzo Automotive Concierge Services is such a unique business model, right? How did it come into existence? Like, what brought you to having car dealership?
From dealerships to this, yeah.
Listen, great question. So when I moved here at the end of 18, of course, I got car jobs working at dealerships. And as a manager, and then I kind of moved up to general sales manager. And great business. It's in my blood. I love it.
Right.
You know, after 5 years of hours, you're talking 70, 80 hours a week. It takes a toll on you. So I just reached a point that, listen, I don't want to give in, because I never give in, but it's just your body tells you to give in. You kind of have no choice.
Right. Yeah.
So I just said it was time to move on. While I was taking a break, trying to figure out what the next move was going to be, people would call me. Hey, Rizzo, listen, can you get me a car? Yeah, what do you want? Oh, I need to get, you know, a Ford. Okay, well, let me make a phone call. I'll get it set up for you. Go down there. I'll tell you who to see. And then another phone call, another phone call. After about, you know, 5 or 10 phone calls, I
You're
said
like,
to
hey, there might be a business here.
there's got to be a business here.
Smart
What am I
man.
doing? Like,
Right.
I don't have a problem helping.
Right.
Why not turn it into a business?
Right. Smart, huh?
You know, and make it so I can use what I've learned, my talent, use contacts that I've made nationwide,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
help everyone, but also get
Right.
paid.
Earn a
Benefit
living.
as well. Right.
Make a
It would
living.
be nice to pay your
Which
bills.
is fair.
Correct. Yeah. And so that's just
love
came up
that.
with a concept, you know, and everyone has a broker, they call it. I'm like, you know what? I want to be different. So how can I set myself apart and not be a broker? Not that there's anything wrong with broker. I just was like, wanted to kind of move with the times. I'm like, what else? What is a word that helps people? Concierge. You go to a hotel, what do you do?
Right.
If
Talk
you
to
don't know where you're
concierge.
going, you talk to the concierge.
Yes.
They tell you the best spots to go.
Yes.
Call me. I get you the best deal possible.
And it's no bullshit either, right? Because listen, as clients, as we've experienced that concierge service.
You guys have?
That is-
Absolutely.
That's
Yeah.
it's a it's a perfectly appropriate word.
And
Right.
time consuming. It's
Yeah.
time consuming.
Yeah.
Dealerships is time consuming. Not knocking them. I'm not. It's
Right.
just buying
I
a
am.
car is time.
I'm not gonna. I don't have relationships with them.
Yeah.
Okay, it sucks.
It's- it's-
Buying a
Listen,
car sucks.
And listen, we'll talk about, I'm sure, at some point during our conversation.
Sure.
The traditional car buying process is what? Minimum 4 hours in the dealership.
On a short one, there's no way. It's
Right,
way
it's-
more than
it's-
4 hours.
Minimum, correct.
It's
on a
look
short
at a
one.
car, take a test drive, right? That's, I mean, half hour, let's say an hour, and then that 3 hours with the finance manager and the bullshit negotiating back and forth. Like,
The writing it down
And
and
writing it
crossing
down.
out
And
the
listen,
bullshit.
Initial here.
I love,
you
I
sons
love
of bitches.
cars. I do. I love cars. I love dealerships. I really do. But that 4 hours makes me insane.
Yeah.
This
What do you
whole
want to do
process-
this weekend? Oh, we'll spend the entire weekend getting
Right.
a car. I love bringing little kids to get a car. That was
Correct.
fun. That was the
But
best.
I have to touch on that if I may. It's funny that I don't know if I even told you guys this. So I was actually working at a car dealership.
Okay.
I wanted to get myself a car.
Yeah.
Something different, not from the dealership I worked.
Right.
My mother at the time wanted to get a vehicle. So like, we'll get 2 cars at the same spot.
Right.
It was Mercedes.
Okay.
So we'll pick. Okay, great, we did. I'm in the business now. I know someone at the dealership, 8 hours.
Holy crap.
8 hours.
Insane, right?
And finally I said to them, listen,
This is
we got to go
insane.
home. I don't even want to deal anymore.
Yeah.
8 hours.
Yeah.
Like, what's taking so long?
I'd rather walk home than sit
Seriously,
there for more.
I was ready to take my old car back and be like, listen, I'll just take it back and we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So that to me was like a turning point. 8 hours, like nobody should experience that.
No.
I mean, they say it's supposed to be, there's 2 purchases that are supposed to be the most enjoyable and biggest, right? House, car.
Yeah.
But yet they're not. House, yes. Car, not.
I guess
So
you
it's
never bought a house.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, no, I have. But because,
No, but it's
you know,
he's
I'm
being
talking to
nice
house
us.
experts here, so I
He's
have
being
to,
nice
you know,
to us.
exactly.
So, like we just said, we have experience with this. We had a car broker years ago, and I'm so glad that he didn't follow through.
Right.
Because we met you, and it's a total different, better
experience is different.
And so we understand how it works. But
Sure.
for those at home who don't have a clue, walk us through your process. So Ben calls you and says, "Hey, Todd, I need a car." What do you do? How's it go?
Well, so if you know what you want, then it's a different story. But let's just say you don't. You're not sure.
Like
okay.
me. I never know what I want.
Which is okay.
Yeah.
So we go through the process and ask questions to get the information that best suits you. Because if we don't, then we're wasting your time and ours, which it's okay if we want to waste ours, it's fine. But we don't want to waste our clients' time.
Right.
What's the point? So we have to narrow down what it is you want. Once we do, and we may not get that information all at once. So if we have to have another conversation, fine. Now, you may say, you know what? I want a Ford, Chevy, Mazda. Okay. So what we do is we'll get the vehicle. We show them to you, pictures via email, text. Once I know that you like them, then we'll bring them to a location that you decide. Could be your home, work. I've done appointments at Starbucks.
Oh, wow.
And you'll test drive the vehicle there. So we bring the vehicle to you
Amazing.
to test drive. Of course, there's a representative from the store.
Yeah.
But we're the lead representatives. We're there on site, someone in my staff. If it's not myself, we'll test drive the car. I mean, and if it doesn't work, okay, we send it back, we bring another one.
Right.
We eliminate that. So once we know what it is you want, then from there it's kind of easy.
Yeah.
That's the one that takes the little bit. If you don't know what you want
you-
time-wise.
Yeah.
From there, then the credit app gets filled out through us. Paperwork gets sent to you, DocuSign. You fill everything out online from your house, your office. We have the car delivered to you. Prior to that, now, once that's done, I kind of jumped ahead and I apologize. We do the negotiation. That's the biggest thing. People want to know, like, how do you, like, get a better deal? What's the price? How do we work all that? So to have somebody, and I get this all the time, well, what's the benefit of having you? We can save you thousands.
Right. Up front and long term.
Exactly. We know
Amazing.
who to go to. You know,
time.
Yes.
right.
To
And
me, time is I mean, don't get me wrong. I want
Correct.
to pay the least, of course.
Of
but
course. Of
freaking
course.
I don't have time to sit at a dealership.
Right. It's all that. It's listen, you save me that 4 hours at the dealership, even if it's a half hour to test drive a car, I'm fine with that. So you make the process easy, you save me a buttload of time, and you save me money, and you bring it to me and I sign paperwork and this is such a no-brainer to me. Anybody that needs a car, this is what they have to do.
And, and I get people
And with you.
Yeah. And I get people that tell me all the time, hey, listen, you have a fee. Yes, what is it? Okay, my fee's $500. So you're telling me I save thousands.
Right.
I get the car delivered.
Everything.
I save time And all it cost me is $500?
Listen, that is so. I will happily pay you $500 because you save me that time and you save me the money. And listen, the very first car that we got through a broker, right? It was before we met you.
Sure.
My brother wanted.
I was going to tell the story, but that's fine. Go ahead.
You want to tell the story?
No, it's fine.
Wait, did you see his face?
Yes.
That's
Yes,
a
we
little
caught that.
I was waiting.
Very upset.
Anyway, you can pipe in, all right, and correct me. So my brother wanted a specific car. He wanted a Lexus. Okay, help me.
ES 350 F Sport.
No, GS 350 F Sport. That's the car he wanted. And we have a friend that worked. I don't know if he still does.
Still does.
He still does. Works for JM. Oh, we'll make an introduction if you need. Works for JM Family.
Sure.
And my brother had called him, left a voicemail. Mike, I'm
Multiple.
sorry. Yeah, Mike, I'm sorry you didn't call back. And said, hey, listen, I want a car. Didn't hear back from him. My brother and I were at an appointment with our accountant and just happened to mention, oh, yeah, I'm looking for a car. And the guy says, well, you should call my car broker. We're like, what's a car broker? Again, completely ignorant. He said, call this guy. Called. It was, the process was fine, right? It wasn't a bad process. It was fine. But it was amazing because it was essentially, here's what I'm looking for. The guy says, okay, I have this color, tell me what you want. Did the process. And then essentially the car was in his driveway 2 days later, signed paperwork and done.
Sure.
And we have not done a car any other way since.
Well, you got to finish the story.
This
Is why you have to jump
That's
in.
why I was going to tell
You
it.
can tell.
Yeah.
So what happened?
So about a month later, I get a call from my friend who works at the Lexus dealership.
JM.
He goes, hey, did you get a car from us? And I said, yeah. He goes, because I guess whatever his position, he goes over all the invoices, whatever.
Sure.
He goes, dude, that price, I couldn't have gotten that for you. I went,
Yeah.
Awesome.
He's right. That's what I was
Right,
getting to.
Yeah.
What everyone wants to hear, the words you want to hear.
Correct.
Right? For the guy who works there, couldn't get me the price that the broker could.
Can you imagine that?
Amazing.
Really think how that sounds.
And so listen, so that a better price. Sorry for the aggressive
Very
point.
aggressive.
That
You
was
getting
very
this on
aggressive,
camera,
but
Ben?
that's how
Just for evidence later?
Evidence later.
That's how excited I am about it. Better price.
Yeah.
Save that time. Make the process easy, and it's incredibly convenient. I'll pay you $500 twice on Sunday. Like,
Yeah, I wouldn't go above $495.
Right.
But
Okay, so $495.
Yeah, listen,
$495 is done.
I'll
we
give-
need to save you the $5.
I'll give you the
I'll do
$5.
it for you.
charge it to
Exactly.
someone else.
I'll
Charge him
I'll charge him
$505.
the $5.
I'll give you the $5.
So he pays $510.
I'll do that. And so we're here. We're in beautiful Boca Raton, Florida.
where?
Yeah, we're beautiful.
Do you help people only here?
No, we're nationwide.
Nationwide? You know it's a leading question, right?
Yeah.
I did know that.
Yes.
It's
I
a
have
leading
the, I have the
Leading
script.
question. We need the script.
Well, listen, it could also be because Todd helped our good buddy Efren.
Yeah.
Also happens to be in Providence.
Great guy.
How many cars now?
He's on 3.
Three
now.
cars, I
Yes.
think, right?
You
Yes.
love him.
Yeah, I do. I love him.
Efren's a great customer.
Terrible
Great
human,
customer.
but,
Yes.
but guy
All
that
right.
buys cars.
Great customer.
And listen, hopefully in like a year, a couple of years, he's going to be moving down here.
Yeah.
Is he? Oh, that's
That's the
awesome.
goal.
He's like our fourth brother because we got me, Dan,
Yeah.
William.
Yeah.
Some people call him Mike Piccoli.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We call him William Nathanson.
Yeah. Okay.
And then Efren is like the brother we never wanted.
Nice.
Correct.
He's just great. And his
Right.
daughter was great. I
Yeah.
got his daughter first car.
Yeah.
That was great. In fact, he even called me after he had a little accident,
Yeah.
and I got him hooked up with a body shop. Because
Amazing.
he had
Wow.
nowhere to, he had no idea,
You're the man.
didn't know where to go.
Thank you.
Thank you
and
for
so
that.
got him hooked up with a good friend of mine
Thank
who owns
you.
a body shop in Rhode
Thank you.
Island. And we'll speak every now and then.
Yeah.
He'll text me just to say
Yeah.
hello. He's great.
Yeah.
He's a
Yeah,
great
and listen,
guy.
and this is the kind of person that you want on your team, whether it's here, whether it's in Rhode Island or somewhere, right? Like you said, he has relationships with dealerships all across the country.
Yeah.
If you need and it's any car, any make, any model, like it's incredible. Buy,
listen,
lease, sell.
We found an F550
Okay.
in Wisconsin.
Really?
Yes, for a client. Yes. He needed a specific vehicle. I found it in Wisconsin.
That's cool.
Yeah, so we'll go that far. We'll go to as far as roll-off truck, dumpster.
The commercial stuff.
Yeah, roll-offs. We just did a roll-off vehicle about 3 months ago. Guy wanted a Weston or a Peterbilt. We found him a Weston to do a 30-yard dumpster
Really?
roll-off. Yeah,
That's cool.
And I actually had Mike Piccoli help me because he was in the dumpster
Oh, because
business
right,
prior.
his family
Yes.
was in the
Yes.
biz.
Yeah,
Can
the
I tell
waste.
you a story real quick?
Would you please?
Of why I know Todd is such a great dude?
Yes, please.
I don't want your head to get too big.
Yeah, I know. We're going to need to
Oh,
get
this
bigger
is good.
headphones.
Yeah, bigger headphones.
Right,
Ben, can we
because-
make room for me to get out the door after?
Well, listen, because I like to judge people not necessarily when everything is great, but sometimes when things don't
Yep.
go well.
Sure.
Right? That's
Yes.
that's a great way to
That's
judge
how you
people.
know
right.
somebody's character.
So there was a referral that we'd sent over, and I'd spoken to this person, and you'll know who I'm talking about. And to be honest, I don't think it was your fault at all. I think it was they weren't very specific and weren't very motivated, but they weren't happy with you, which is ridiculous. It was ridiculous, but it is what it is.
Correct.
And you were so upset and so worried about our
I was.
relationship
I was.
Yes.
that it made me
appreciate
like you
that.
more.
I called him.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know what to
Multiple
do.
times.
Multiple. I'm like, and he's like, listen, you got to calm down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like,
You
no,
can't
because-
help everyone. Listen, we just got a referral in the real estate side from somebody who's very important to us.
Important to us.
And the referral will not listen to us,
Won't cooperate.
knows everything about real estate, and will not listen. This person won't even answer the phone. They will only text.
Correct.
And I said to my brother, I said, look, I think we're not going to help them because we have a business to run. Yes,
Sure.
I want to help someone.
Of course.
But I'm not going to dedicate time, expenses, taking away from other business, people
From
who
your
really
family.
need to be
From your
helped,
family, I'm going to say, yeah.
to go spend time with this person who won't even pick up the damn phone. And it sucks to do it, and it sucks to make that call to the referral partner. Hopefully, they will understand that, listen, we have the best of intentions always.
Of course.
It doesn't always
Just
work,
not everybody
man.
helps everybody.
You can
know.
please some of the people some of the time. That's why they made up that
Correct, but
that saying.
but that bothered me to the point because the way I was raised, old school, like listen, you guys put your name on the line, you put your neck on the line.
Yes.
I couldn't produce. I tried as much as I
Yep.
possibly could, and it honestly, it was when you told me like you sometimes you're just not gonna
Yeah.
maybe get along or mesh
Correct.
or
Yeah. Not
whatever the
everybody's for
case
everybody.
is, but. I don't like that.
Yeah. Listen, I
that
agree.
bothers me personally.
Of course.
Especially for you guys. And I'm like, see, this day, and finally, Michael was like, listen,
Calm
you
down.
got to let it
You're
go.
good.
Like, just calm down. It's fine. But I was more worried about you guys
No,
more
they're
than
fine,
the client.
We're fine. We're fine.
It just because I'm passionate.
But
What I
that's
do.
it. And that's clear. And it comes through. And that, again, that's one of the reasons why we champion you.
Yeah.
Because you have that. I know that if it can get done, you can do it.
Yeah.
And by the way, if it can't get done, there's something happens. Shit happens, right? It's like he said. How do you behave when something goes wrong? It's our motto for our businesses is that we do things the right way. That's what it is. We do things the right way, and when things don't go right, we do the right thing.
I like the
like
way I
that.
say it better though.
No,
That's-
it's right.
Well,
you
how
like
do
when
you say it better?
When shit happens, we take care of it.
Yeah,
That's right.
that's just what it is. We can't do we like you. We have the best intentions. We've never maliciously done something
No.
to hurt someone. We never would. We're protective of our clients, of their time, their money, everything. Sometimes shit happens, and when shit happens, we take care of it.
Correct.
We step up and we handle it. That doesn't mean you write a check and cover. Like sometimes shit happens. It's just handling it the right way.
Yeah.
Right, we don't disappear.
Like, listen, I
Answer the
remember
phone.
too. We'll go back with your vehicle.
Oh yeah.
When you got your
Why were there any issues?
well, I mean, just a little bit, just a little bit. But when I said to you, I'm coming to your house.
Yeah.
I'm getting your vehicle, and I'm going to bring it. He was like, no, you can't drive this vehicle. You cannot drive it. It's not safe. Don't drive it. I'm like, Michael, I'm driving the car.
Yeah.
I don't care. No, I'm like, listen, don't worry about it, because listen, at the end of the day, when I first got involved in the business was good. And I'm going to say this after going to the B&I meeting, meeting you guys. Thank you to Michael Piccoli. You guys helped elevate the business
Oh, cool.
in this area. Honestly, you did. And it goes back to just the referrals.
Yeah.
So not even with you guys, like just you guys, but the people that you send.
Yeah.
And now, believe it or not, which I tell you all the time, I try to tell you anyway, perfect example, Scott, your friend.
Yeah.
You referred him. He bought a car. He sent his wife.
Yeah.
He sent 2 coworkers.
And by the way, that's not anything about us. That's a testament to this guy and how it goes and how your process is and how you take care of it.
Correct. But you know what I have to say, and this is how I feel the truth. Without that initial introduction from you guys, I would have never gotten that.
Right.
Yes, we took over, we roll. But I did that because, well, that's just what we do.
Yeah.
But you want to make sure that you do the very best you can.
For whoever referred you.
Correct.
Always.
You know it. It's the
That's
same
how
with
we
you
do it
guys.
too.
Same thing. Look, I sent people to you.
Yep,
It
same
maybe
thing. Doesn't
didn't
always
work
work
out,
out.
but you did the best.
Yep.
And that's all you can ask
we
for.
tell people all the time is, give us a shot. We promise to make you look good for connecting us.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean we're going to be able to do the job, we might not be a fit, right? People sometimes have expectations that we can't meet,
Right.
Sure.
and it's okay to say no, and that's just how it is. But the goal is to do the right thing, and you do that. It's amazing.
Yeah. It's freaking awesome, man. Thank you for taking care of our
Thank you
referrals.
for making us
Thank
look
you.
good.
Are you
They'll
kidding?
continue to come.
Yeah.
Yes, I know they will.
All right.
Powerful. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Of course. So to change it a little bit, do you have any spots in South Florida that you think more people should know about, whether it's a restaurant, a park, an event, something?
Someplace you go, someplace you enjoy. Again, selfishly, we just want to learn more about South Florida. Is there a place that you're just like, oh my God, I love this place?
You know, I don't know the exact location, but I did find out or heard that there was I want to call it a tree farm, but there's an area where there's all trees. It's almost like a park.
Okay.
But it's specifically, I think it's in the Fort Lauderdale area, I thought.
Oh my God, that's so weird. My wife's coworker, Joy, her husband, was telling us about it.
Okay.
I remember him talking about it.
And you can walk not work out,
That's
it's
a
more
good
of a walk,
reminder.
but the trees are supposed to be phenomenal. And I love looking at
nature.
Man, we could go.
old
We could
trees.
hold hands
Let's
and
go.
walk
There you
through.
go. I would love that.
Can we do a 3-shot for that, Ben?
Ben, can you come with us too? It'd be nice if you could join
Ben,
us.
can you
I
pop
mean-
yourself on screen too? We can all. Where's mine?
Yeah. Can we fit
What
you
do I
on
do with
screen
my
too,
hands?
Ben? No, we can't.
Yeah, we can. Well, what I'll do is I'll come in.
You didn't like the Betty.
I'll come in on the bottom really quick.
Okay.
Whoa,
on the
hey,
bottom.
sounds about right.
It's a family.
Oh,
it's a family show. Our dad listens to this. My 11-year-old nephew.
Hey!
There he is. So the four of us go walking through the park and looking at nature.
It's supposed to be phenomenal. I wish I knew the location. I apologize, but I
I'll
did
tell you,
Google
I'll
it.
have my wife find out. Because,
There you
again,
go.
her coworker's husband was telling us about it.
So funny, isn't that?
That's cool. That's a good reminder because I forgot. Thank you, man.
My pleasure.
See, this is all worth it.
right.
Cool.
I like that. Sorry, I'm just writing tree place.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Tree place.
Tree place.
Say, ask Joy.
Ask Joy.
What's your favorite local meal or dish? Doesn't have to be from one of the restaurants.
You mentioned restaurants. It doesn't have to be there.
Like, this is your shit. That's your favorite thing.
oh yeah,
The one favorite dish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
that I'm definitely writing down.
I know. I have a lot of favorite dishes
All right.
too at a lot of
If you have
different
a couple,
restaurants.
you
So
can
just
name
give
a
us
couple.
10 then. That's
Yeah, name a couple. Name a couple.
Listen, the Philly cheesesteak at Moderano's. If you're
Really? You go to Moderano's and get a cheesesteak?
a Philly cheesesteak is phenomenal. It's phenomenal.
Get out of here.
I'm telling
I'm
you.
writing that down.
Yes.
I'm keeping it on your face right now.
It's absolutely. I was there last night. Philly cheesesteak and meatball. You got to have the meatball and the Philly cheesesteak.
Yeah.
That's the go-to there.
I gotta tell you, if you like cheesesteaks too, I do have to say J. Alexander's
Alexander's.
has it on special every now and then. Every
really
time they have it on special, I get it. It's really freaking good.
So I'll have to find out because my mother loves J. Alexander's. So I'll have to find out when it's on special
Yeah?
so I can go.
Oh yeah.
we
Oh,
go
yeah.
every Tuesday. We could
Yeah, we'll keep
Wait,
you
do they have it
updated.
on Tuesdays?
Sometimes.
not every Tuesday.
Sometimes.
They have it every now and then. It's it's sporadic.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
So
Yeah, but-
okay, so what
so
else?
that's the dish,
All right,
but,
cheesesteak at Cafe Mod. All
Yeah.
right.
I mean,
I'm drooling here. I'm getting hungry.
you know, this is actually the one that I've never experienced until I was here.
Yeah.
Shrimp Parmesan
Oh yeah.
at Luff's Fish House.
At
Really?
Luff's, right
At
here
Luff's.
off Fall Meadow.
Yes.
So who used to make it for us?
Oh, Mom?
No.
Who? Oh, shit.
Susan Klein.
Susan Klein. Oh, my God.
Really?
Susan
oh,
Shrimp
yeah.
Parmesan, they put linguine. It
Oh.
was phenomenal. I couldn't believe how I've never seen it before. They literally bake it like it's chicken,
Yeah.
fish,
Yeah.
with the cheese, with the shrimp. I mean, put it in, and then they put it with pasta. It was
Yeah. What was the name of the
The
restaurant?
restaurant on Powerline across from the
No, Lions. No.
no, Powerline across from the Japanese
Murakami.
Murakami.
I can't remember what it used to be called.
It's
It
at
was
the
this great
south corner.
Italian spot.
Yeah.
We met this woman. She was the manager.
really.
And then she became a regular of mine when I worked at the Cheesecake Factory. And then we became friends. And then we did real estate stuff. Like, it was crazy. But do you remember the name of our favorite dish there?
Fungili. Oh,
No.
Fusilli.
You just cut them off. No.
Nope.
Nope.
Cavatappi fungi.
Cavatappi
Cavatappi
fungi.
fungi.
It
A
was
mushroom
pasta.
pasta. Oh
Cavata-
my God.
Holy
Really?
sh-
One of the best things I've ever eaten.
Yeah.
And now she's gone so, not the opposite direction. The food is, everything she makes is amazing.
Still in business?
She's opened up her own concepts.
Okay.
All healthy stuff.
Yeah.
And it's amazing.
Unfortunately.
Fit Foods.
Oh, that's
and
her?
Fit Foods. Susan Klein. Oh yeah,
Okay.
she's no joke. She's smart. Makes great food. Yeah, she's
Fit
a good
Foods is
businesswoman.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Food
do make
cafe.
good food. But I like fat.
I do too.
Cavatappi.
Yeah. I mean, when
Oh,
you're going to
this
go for
fungi
Italian,
shit.
you
But
have
listen,
to.
her
Correct.
her spaghetti squash bolognese.
Yeah,
Her spaghetti squash bolognese. No joke.
I agree.
It's really good.
All
I
right,
give it
so
a shot.
It's really good.
Shrimp Parmesan, yeah. At Luff's, though.
Yeah, Luff's.
All right,
yeah.
we'll have to do
Great.
it.
Luff's Fish House.
We'll have
Haven't
give it
been
a
there in a
roll.
while.
I don't know that I've ever been.
I'm hungry. I'm getting hungry. Can we stop talking about food?
I gotta
Tell us about
start. I have to start coming through on saying I'm
Let's
gonna go
go,
to dinner
let's
with you
go, let's
guys.
go.
Do you have
and
my
actually
phone
take
number, by
I know
chance?
because
Yeah, right. We can figure that out.
I talk a lot and it's not good.
Let's go. We'll eat dinner.
Okay.
All right. So, in the car business, in your car business, what's been one of your proudest moments? Like, do you have something you're like, I came through, or something, just something you're proud of that you did in the biz? Some people you helped, a deal, like you got somebody a great deal, or just
It's funny you say that. There's probably 2 instances that I can
Yeah.
recall that really mean a lot.
Yeah.
You know, besides just
Yeah, just the
meeting people
feeling.
and friends and whatnot, helping. But when you help somebody who didn't think they could get a vehicle,
ooh, yeah, I'll
was
bet you.
told that their credit was
Ah.
really bad, and that they should do a buy here, pay here, or borrow a car from somebody, and just have exhausted every option possible. I mean, to the point where they're like, I think I either had to take a bus,
Take the bus. Yeah.
take an Uber,
Yeah,
figure it out,
and you made it happen.
yeah, and then they call and it's just a matter of a structure that we changed. We find a vehicle that maybe would book out a little better. You got to put time in, but I think that's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
If you put the time in and you try to just don't give up, I don't like to give up.
Yeah.
You know, I've had banks that'll say that it's rejected, it's rejected, it's rejected, and
Resilient.
it's just, no, it's not good enough for me. Well, what about if we did this? Well, change a little bit. If there's no money
Just do it
down.
a different way, right?
Well, yeah, you have to try to figure out a way, option-wise. Okay, go longer in the term. But what if we change cars? Maybe go shorter. Like, I'm always trying to find our team is always trying to find a way to avoid no.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
That's
like
so
it.
cool.
And that's for me is the biggest feeling in the world.
Yeah.
Is just knowing
Helping
and
somebody that needs it.
correct the people that need it.
That's cool.
You know, the ones to help, and then they can establish
Yeah.
and build credit, and it just
And
makes
by the way,
them
how
feel
cool
so
that
good.
again, it just shows who he is.
Yeah.
Shows who he is
Yeah.
as a
I don't
person.
care what Piccoli says. You're a good dude.
It's
You're
that
all right.
Piccoli. I don't know why he does that.
Trouble. Nothing but trouble.
Sorry,
Correct.
William. I love you.
Correct.
Let's get a little personal now. Is that okay?
Absolutely.
Good, because we're gonna do it anyways.
Yeah, we had no choice.
What's the image on your phone lock screen? And what's the story behind it?
Oh, good question.
Okay, image on. No, would you like me to show the image or just tell you the image?
You can, whatever.
Okay, the image is.
Both.
hold on, excuse me, if I can see. Okay, so that's my dad,
Okay.
and that's
Which one?
This gentleman right there.
Yeah.
And that's my nephew when he was a baby.
Okay.
And so my dad passed away 11 years ago.
Sorry.
So that was a picture of him, kind of how I remember him.
Yeah.
He was always a heavy old school Italian.
No shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He always
my kids are probably the
going
same.
to
Say the
going to
same.
going to the pool,
Yeah.
or in the summer, walking around, even in the winter, walking around like
Yeah.
that, just old school Italian.
Yeah.
And then he had a stroke on 9/11. So because of that, weight was different, everything, kind of walked with a limp. So when he kind of went through rehab and kind of, got healthier and better and could eat, then he got esophageal cancer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that was tough. Food would go down,
Yeah.
would sometimes come up. So this picture is when he went through all that and got to put weight back on.
Yeah.
And the kind of picture I took when that's when my nephew was born.
Nice.
And it was a couple of years old. It was actually down here in Florida. So it's just something.
So it's
I
nice.
had-
It's a good memory of your dad.
Correct. After he had passed, because when at the end
Yeah.
when he was sick,
it's
then
not
you
the
see
same.
the brittle.
different.
It just
Yeah.
you don't want to
We
remember
know
him like that.
Listen, our mom, that's why we have pictures of our mom like this.
Oh, see, there you go.
Yeah.
So you get it.
Yeah.
100%
I
correct.
love that.
So you just want to keep
That's
that
cool.
memory,
Yeah.
I love that.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
So he's always with me.
Yeah.
yeah.
And I show my nephew all the time. He's 19 now. He's at Lynn.
Oh, nice.
So when he sees that, he's like, that
he's
was
at
me
Lynn?
with Papa? I'm like, yeah, that was you and Papa. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it's great.
Speaking of parents, I sent you the other day. On Tuesday, my younger son was trying out for his middle school basketball team, and he's at the tryouts, and I'm just sitting in my car messing around on my phone, screwing around, and I go onto Facebook, and there's Facebook Memories, and the Facebook Memories was my son Jacob, the 11-year-old, was his baby shower, so he's gonna be 12 next month. So this is 13 years ago, right? A long time ago.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at the pictures, and there's our mom,
Yeah.
our grandma who's
Grandma,
passed, our friend's mom who's passed, and I'm literally sitting there
Yeah.
in a middle school parking lot sobbing,
Yeah.
looking and happy. I mean,
Happy.
sad,
Yeah, of
but
course.
also
Yeah,
happy.
of
and
course.
just and
Of
I,
course.
immediately I sent all the pictures to my brother,
same thing.
my wife, my father. I took a couple pictures of Chia Leah, sent it to
nice.
her. Fabiola sent it to her. Cassio and his son.
How they looked like kids.
Yeah. Sent it to him.
Guy was
Cassio's
what, like
response was like,
13?
"Holy shit!" That was
Yeah.
his response.
Yeah.
And so I, speaking of that, it's nice to have that.
Yeah.
It is.
I love
It
that.
sucks that it happened.
Yes.
Of course, but
Of
something
course.
to hold on to.
And again, this
But
is
it's
what why
That's
we have
great.
this
You can
picture.
see that. I mean,
We have
that's
these
beautiful.
pictures. That's what it is, right? Just keeps them around.
And by the way, speaking of your son, I love that. The kid's a pimp.
Yeah.
He is such a pimp.
Right.
When I went to the house and he's like, "Hey, sir, how are you? Nice to meet you."
Yeah.
He's just the nicest,
He's a good
politest,
kid, right?
quiet. Such a great kid.
Yeah.
He
Thanks,
really is. I have to
They
say.
take after the mother.
They take after the mother.
Yeah, I was gonna say he doesn't know we went to the wrong house. Sorry, guys. Sorry, Jake.
This is a good one. You ready?
I'm ready. I love these.
If the world was ending in a year,
Okay.
what's one thing you'd absolutely have to check off your bucket list?
Ooh. World's ending for all of us.
Do you see his face when I finished that? He's like, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna.
I
say.
mean, there's two. No, I have two. I just can't
Yeah?
decide between.
Yeah,
You
okay.
can tell us both.
two things you can
Monaco
accomplish.
Grand Prix or Dubai.
Ooh,
Really?
Yeah.
No kidding.
that'd be amazing,
Yeah.
right?
So why aren't you doing it?
Yeah. Working
Are you
on
talking
it.
about
We're working on
watching or driving?
it. No, watching. Go to Monaco Grand Prix
That would
in
be incredible,
Dubai.
huh?
So how many referrals do you need from us to make that happen? for you?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Well,
we got to work on
few-
that.
few.
We're few. We need a few. We can start now, though.
Yeah. Okay. We'll start now.
That's
we'll
super
start
cool,
now.
man.
That
That's
would
super
be,
cool.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Are you a reader?
I am not. I mean, it's not. I
No?
would say read every single night.
All right.
so
So are you a social media guy?
I am.
Okay. So keep it clean. You
Okay.
ready?
Mhm.
Are there keep it clean?
Keep it clean.
Are there-
In this audience,
Yeah, I
with
know.
this group, how can
Are
we
there,
keep it clean?
Are there any accounts you follow that are for fun, that stuff that makes you laugh, or stuff that you think is inspirational? Anything in particular? Like, for example, like sometimes when I need a chuckle, the one I go to all the time is bad lip reading. I love those bad lip reading videos. They make me laugh. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like
You
the NFL
send them to me.
Yeah, they make me laugh. Like so that when I need a pick me up, that's what I do. Is there something that you?
You know, it's funny, and I don't, because a lot of the times I get, honestly, stuff from you. I'll get stuff from Bacoli. Law of Attraction, I love.
Yeah.
He sends me a lot of that, like
Me
to get
too.
you going.
I
on
love
that.
it. I love it,
Love
though.
it. Love
Same.
Attraction, I love. But the funny ones, most of the time people will send them. I don't even know where they're from, but I get a lot of the ones the Italian. There's a one of them. I don't know the girl. She's younger, like maybe 5 or 6. And she speaks only Italian, but she swears in Italian. The parents
really?
teach her how to.
Oh, wow.
Watching her is
Yeah.
funny. Seeing a 5 or 6 year old
yeah.
speaking, yeah, exactly.
With
She
the
puts the
accent?
hand, and she does. She puts
yeah.
the hands up like this.
Oh, yeah,
that's
and
awesome.
Bangula,
Yeah,
and I'm like,
exactly.
this goes 5 years old.
Right. Yeah. That is
So those stuff that I enjoy.
That's
that-
awesome.
That is funny. So, do you travel? You ever go anywhere?
I try to.
Yeah. You have
it's
anything
been
coming up you're excited about?
Italy
Ooh,
in the
Italy?
summer. Yeah.
When do you go? Oh, us too. Where?
Yeah, we're gonna
when
go.
are you going?
We're gonna go in end of June, beginning
Okay.
of July.
We'll be more beginning.
So we're gonna do Florence and Naples.
Awesome.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and then try to hit Sicily.
Beautiful.
We're going to Florence,
Naples,
Naples,
and Sicily,
Sicily, and Rome.
and Rome. Well, Rome. We're
Well,
getting
Rome's
off
where
the
we
ship
get off
and
the
getting
ship,
at the
yeah.
airport.
Oh, nice.
We're
When
not
you guys
spending
go-
any time.
When are you going?
Beginning of June.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
We'll
Okay.
keep it warm for you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, please do.
You ever
yeah.
been over there?
I have. I've been to Florence, Milan, and Capri. We did, and then we did Rome when we did that. We did Capri and Rome when my dad was alive, and so we did that. That was fun. And then I did a trip with my mom alone to Florence and Milan. That was great. Lake Como was beautiful.
Really?
Awesome.
But I've always wanted to do Sicily and Naples
Yeah.
because my dad is Sicilian and my mom's family's from Naples.
Awesome.
Cool.
So that's what we're gonna do.
Did you
this
go to
summer.
Sorrento at all?
I haven't.
No.
Beautiful.
Listen, I have the little lemon-shaped and scented soaps.
Hey, me too.
From when we
Beautiful.
went to Sorrento. That's how
Sorrento.
my
Yeah,
11-year-old
Sorrento.
nephew Jacob, the guy you met.
Yeah.
He says Sorrento.
So you
Sorrento.
guys bringing the kids too, the whole family?
Yeah, there's a bunch of us going. There's like 20 of us.
Yeah, it's
Really?
Something like that. Yeah.
What's it, a cruise or?
Yeah.
Oh,
We're gonna
nice.
go to Athens for a few days first, and then we're gonna go on a cruise.
Oh, Athens, nice. Haven't been there. I heard that's
Yeah.
beautiful.
I want to go everywhere.
Yeah.
Right, because I love people, I love music, I love food, I love history, that kind of stuff. I want to go everywhere.
Yeah.
I like to eat. I like
Of
to talk
course.
to nice people. We could, the three of us, we could walk through nature and
No problem.
and hold hands
we,
together.
You got to go for a couple of weeks though, right?
Oh,
At
that
least
would
if
be
you have
cool.
to.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
All right. Can you do
Is
me a
that
favor?
time?
Will you pass me that? So
Time.
this is
What do
we
a
have
segment
now?
Time for
that
the
we've
Book of
added
Awesome,
in-
baby.
Added into this. This is called
Yeah.
the Book of Awesome.
Okay.
So what we're gonna ask you to do is
Okay.
to flip open to a random page,
Okay.
read the headline, and then tell us a little story about the headline.
Yeah,
Something to remind
if it makes you
I
think
know
of
it's
something.
weird, but it's
Okay,
kind
no, I
of
like it.
cool.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna flip and then stop.
Yeah.
Not
wherever
there.
you want.
Not
Wherever you
there.
want.
Just stop.
Yeah,
That's
whatever
it?
you want. Sure.
Wow.
What's the headline?
Waiters and waitresses who bring free refills without asking.
Oh, all right.
Wow.
All right. So you have any?
For a man who goes out all the time.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
It's a nice experience,
It is.
right?
How funny. That's great because it's funny with me. I mean, again, I drink cranberry and soda water.
Yeah.
So I like the soda water refresher and a little splash of cranberry juice to make it nice. And the other night I was at a place called Prezzo.
Oh yeah, I love Prezzo.
Prezzo's good.
Yeah,
Eddie
it was
Pizzuli's
great.
place.
I never tried. First time I tried it.
Oh yeah, good food.
Though it's funny that this is what I open. How ironic is this? It's crazy things. I swear. Sometimes it's definitely meant to be. I had the cranberry soda water. It was probably, I want to say close to half full.
Yeah.
Brought over another one already.
Love that.
Had finished that. Before that was even brought over another one. So at one point I had 4 cranberry and soda waters on the.
And
didn't even ask.
And they're just taking good care of you.
Correct. Didn't even ask.
And by the way, so Eddie is opening up 2 new restaurants. The owner of Prezzo.
Okay.
They're opening up 2 new restaurants. I think in Coral Springs. I can't remember where.
Really?
Yeah. We'll have to.
That's cool.
Keep our eye opening.
Food was great. I mean, service was great.
Good food.
Yeah.
It's funny, we talked about going to J. Alexander's every Tuesday, and we have the same server every
Emily.
Tuesday. Emily. She's awesome. She's the best. Takes such good care of us. We never have to worry about asking for anything. She brings my brother. He loves little beverage napkins. She doesn't ask. She just brings it.
Yeah.
She just brings our drinks up. Doesn't even ask. She knows I drink water. He drinks water, and we go with our other business partner, Josh Kugler, who gets a Diet Coke.
Yeah.
Just brings it.
Every Tuesday.
With our food, she knows I like the spicy mayo on the side. She brings it. She brings Josh Tabasco. Like, it is
good service.
It's
coming from the restaurant business. Both of us worked in the restaurant business.
Sure. Yeah.
Coming from the restaurant business, we get it. We were really good.
Yeah.
We were really attentive servers, bartender, like good, and so we appreciate it.
Yeah.
Now, do you guys ask for her? Like when you make a
yeah,
reservation?
when I reserve a
So I
table
make the
with Emily.
reservation every week, and
And
I
you
always put in
say-
it, may we please sit with Emily. Every week I put the same thing.
And now I'm going to have to go now and ask for Emily.
Oh, she's awesome.
She's awesome. And tell her you know us.
I'm
She
gonna.
loves us. She
I'm
actually
definitely gonna.
listens to the podcast too.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
hopefully
yeah.
like
Oh,
your shout out,
amazing.
girl.
All right, Emily.
Emily, Rizzo's coming for you.
I got to tell a funny story real quick about cranberry juice. By the way. So I actually had a conversation with my older son Michael last night about cranberry juice, and I don't know how it came up, but I said something like, "Oh my God, I love cranberry juice." He goes, "Oh my God, me too." And I said, "It's just too bad. It's so bad for you." He's like, "What do you mean?" I said, "Dude, it's all sugar." He's like, "What are you talking about?" I said, "Have you ever tried that cranberry juice without sugar in it?" He goes, "No." I go, "Dude, it tastes like
disgusting.
shit. It's disgusting.
So acidic.
It is disgusting, in my opinion."
No, you're right.
So I don't know. I just
and
thought it
that's
was
why
funny.
when I tell them, I'm like, "Can I have a soda water and 3 splashes of cranberry?" And they're like,
Yeah.
"What?" I'm like, "Yeah, just 3 splashes because
You don't
of the
wanna-
sugar."
Yeah.
And
Oh,
so
it's so delicious.
I try. It's so
Yeah, you don't
delicious.
want
I
but
swear
you
to God, like
can't-
once a year, I'll pour myself a
Yeah.
glass of cranberry juice because
Yeah.
it's so good.
Right.
And then I go right away and brush my teeth.
Seriously. And then drink 3 glasses of water to dilute it in your system.
I love it. I love it.
So before we start to wrap up, one of my dream jobs would be, have you seen the shows Top Gear on
Yeah,
TV?
of course.
Okay, especially the British version.
The British version.
Those guys, James,
see the cars they
Ham,
use?
and listen, they're insane. That would be to work with them, drive amazing cars in the most incredible places around the world. That would be like a dream for me. What is your dream car? Like if you could drive a car, no expenses involved for a year, free.
Bronco.
Bronco, yes,
joking.
yes, Bronco.
What
yes.
would it be? Or even how about this? We'll go one for a year, no big
Sure.
deal, and then one for a weekend or a week, let's say. Like a car that you're like, oh, I just want to get behind the wheel. But like, listen, a Pagani Zonda, stunning car, but not comfortable.
Correct.
So you don't want to drive that for a year.
I don't know what that is.
Exactly.
Pagani.
Right? But maybe for a week, maybe
Nice
for a
car.
weekend would be incredible. But maybe for the year, you're like, oh, I want the Bentley convertible. Right? But for you, a car that you would drive just for the weekend and a car you'd drive for the year. Wow. No expense.
I mean, I would have to say the AMG GT.
Yeah.
Yep, that would be one that I would. That would be
Beautiful
nice
cars.
to
I love
drive
those
just
cars.
for
That's a
the
Mercedes?
year. Yes.
See, look at me. I'm a
You're
car
good.
buff.
You're good. And then one. I mean, that's tough too because I'm an old school guy. Lamborghini Countach.
Ooh, love that.
Nice.
Old Countach. That I love. I know they have, the Bugattis now. Everyone talks about that, but
I had that. That was on the wall. That was on the wall in my bedroom as a kid.
The Lamborghini
that
Countach. You
poster.
just can't beat that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Can't beat it.
It's so funny. I mean, I think from working with us, I don't know much about cars or care that much. I have
Sure.
like a few things that I care about. I like comfortable,
Yeah.
I like fast.
Correct.
And I like air-conditioned seats.
Yes.
Like those are the three things I
Other
care
than
about.
that,
Other than that,
that
I could
doesn't
really
matter.
give a shit less.
Correct.
But I miss my '87 Dodge Daytona
love that
Turbo.
car.
Oh, wow.
So that
I
car.
love that car.
And like I said, I've never cared about cars really. That car was,
was so
so
cool.
much fun. Did you ever see? Do you
Of
know
course,
Dodge
yes,
Daytona?
yes,
Dodge
of
Daytona.
course.
The way that
Pacifica,
it whistled.
the Daytona Pacifica.
The way that it whistled,
Oh,
like
yeah.
Yes.
the
The
turbo,
turbo. The
whistles.
turbo.
Oh my god, I love
As it
that
wound
car.
up, I love that car.
Yeah.
That was our dad's car.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Only if we knew then. What about the Toyota Supras back then?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Try to get one of those now.
Yeah.
It's
Can't.
impossible.
Yeah.
Can't.
Yeah. I wonder if we could find an old Dodge Daytona.
Todd could find us
We'll
one.
look
I
it
don't
up
want
for you.
it.
Exactly.
You don't
$10
want it.
bucks. And I had your old bazooka tube in the back.
That's right.
What was your first car?
Well, how do we not ask you that question? Right. So my first car, I was so
good
fortunate.
question.
I was so fortunate. So I am the oldest in our generation.
Yeah.
And
In our family,
in
not
our
in the
family,
wor-
yeah, not in the world,
Sure.
yeah, not in the world. In our family. Thank you for the point
Wanted
of
to clarify that for the people at home.
Thank you for the clarification. I'm the oldest child in my generation in our family.
Sure.
And our grandfather had decided to stop driving and gave me his car because I'm 8 years older than our oldest cousin
Okay.
and my brother too, basically. And so our grandfather gave me his 1975 Olds Delta 88, sky blue, 4-door, bench seat in front, bench seat in back. The gas pedal was this big. It had the high beams on the floor. I used to put 4 friends in the back, sometimes 5, 4 in the front. I love that car. I can still smell the exhaust. Oh, I love that car.
What was mine again? 84 Mercury Marquis.
Brom.
Wow, the Marquis.
Marquis Brom.
It was so comfortable.
Wow.
So I was very fortunate because our other grandfather gave that car to my brother,
Oh, you.
who then gave the car to me.
Yeah.
Nice.
Right?
Yeah.
See, now we had the dealership then.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, okay, 16.
Get hooked up.
I'm going to get everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, not so much.
Yeah. Old school father, I should have known, and
Yeah.
mother, which I completely love.
Yeah.
Because the generation
Right.
then is completely different now. I hate to say.
Yeah.
So mine was a 1983 Saab Turbo. If you remember the 2-door Saab
Oh, yeah. Oh, my
Turbo,
God.
You have a story about
I do.
Saabs.
with
Yeah.
183,000 miles.
Okay.
And my father made sure that the mechanics at our dealership went through it, said safe, you could do what you want with it. I'm like, okay, all right. I'm like, he's like, you seem a little upset. I'm like, well, I just, had figured it, hoped maybe a Ford product or something, but okay. So he's like, do whatever you want with it. So then they had the big bass tube speakers. Put one of those in the back
yeah.
window, if everyone
yeah.
remembers, I'm
Oh, yeah.
sure.
Listen, shake that car.
Thought I was the
Yeah.
the cat's ass.
Yeah.
And then I'll never forget, as I think I had it maybe 7 months. I'm like, I'm going to keep,
Yeah.
time to
Switch
get
it up.
something
Yeah.
else. I come down, I'll never forget it. It was off 146. You guys probably know 146,
Yeah.
I would think, in Rhode Island. Coming down, I go right through the exit to get to Mineral Spring Avenue, where the dealership was. Go through the light coming down the highway, no brakes.
Oh, my
Whoops.
God.
Yeah, right through. I'm like, how's this thing going to stop? So I'm pulling the E-brake,
Right.
5-speed,
Yeah.
downshifting. So I get to the dealership. I'm like, oh, this is great. I'm going to get a new car. I can't believe it. As
Yeah.
I go tell my mom, she's yelling at my father, you got to get him out of that.
Protect my baby.
Yep, you got it. No, we'll just fix the brake line. We're all set. He's good. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah. And so then after that, it was a 1985 Eldorado. You know the
Oh, my God, the big one.
big cat
Cadillac
convertible.
Oh, my God. Talk
Baby-
about the styling, guy.
right?
Was that
Listen.
the Get Off My Lawn car?
I can't remember.
It was baby blue, red leather with a white convertible top.
Damn. Pimp.
That is beautiful.
Pimp.
P-I-M-P.
So I was a little, I wouldn't say bratty, but a little upset.
Yeah.
So I put the Playboy air freshener
Of course
and
you
the
did.
dice
Of course you did.
on the rearview mirror
You
to
had
try
to.
to aggravate my father. But
There you go.
yeah, that didn't work.
No, it didn't
No,
work.
no, it didn't
So,
work.
listen, what year was your car? The Cadillac?
The Cadillac was 85.
Okay, so listen, 10 years after my Oldsmobile, but both GM,
Yeah.
that baby blue was probably the same thing.
Correct. I'm sure
And
it was.
probably the same friggin' size
Of course
car.
it was.
Huge.
Yes, huge. This thing was the boat.
I had a 26-gallon tank.
Yes, that's the same thing.
Huge.
And the seats in the back were so big.
Oh
the
my
front
God.
ones,
Amazing,
the
right?
steering wheel was. I thought I was
Amazing.
driving a Mack truck.
Yeah. And
cool.
it's funny. So
Crazy.
my brother mentioned about, and you said, right, your first car was a Saab. When I was working at Pizzeria Uno in Dedham, Mass, when I was in my late teens, early 20s, I was living with a few people that I worked with,
Sure.
and I can't remember, my car was in the shop or something like that, so I borrowed my roommate's car, Mike Kavanaugh, who had a Saab. I'd been a passenger in it, but I'd never paid attention,
Sure.
and he just gave me the keys, whatever, ready to go. First off, I couldn't figure out where to put the keys. The keys go in the center console.
On the bottom.
They were on the floor of
Correct.
the center console.
In the middle.
Yeah. I didn't know. It took me a while to find that.
Yeah.
And it was manual shift, right? Perfect. Great. Went. I couldn't get the keys out when I got there. I didn't know. Apparently there was a trick. It has to be in reverse to be able to get the keys out.
And you know you have to lift up on the on the knob.
The thing to
You
get it
correct,
into
to get
reverse.
into reverse.
And this was a few minutes before cell phones.
Yeah.
So I left my
You just sat and cried.
I
in the
let
car for a while?
I left my roommate's car unlocked in the Dedham Mall parking lot
With the key in
with
it.
the key in it because I
Nice.
couldn't and unlocked.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good time, huh?
Yeah.
Good old Mike Kavanaugh. That was
that's
a good
interesting.
That was a good memory. Oh, and by the way, something I want to share we haven't even talked about yet, as a thank you for being here. One of the things that, like, I know I'm skipping ahead. One of the things that Todd's doing for anybody that is a listener, watcher, viewer that reaches out to Todd for a car, if you mention the Digital Mayors podcast, The Bros, he's going to give you 30% off his fee. So a fee
Can I
that
do some quick math?
that,
Go
right?
do some quick
Like
math.
150
that ain't
bucks.
bad.
Correct.
Right? So
That's cool.
for a
Go
fee
to Cafe Materano, get a Philly cheesesteak.
There you go.
done.
And a meatball.
Done and a meatball.
But for a fee that I'd be thrilled to pay anyway,
Yeah.
because you save me so much money up front, so much money long run, and that 4 hours to give a break on that. Thank you so much. So
Thank you.
again, if you're
Appreciate
looking
it.
for a car, reach out to this guy. Remember to mention the Digital Mayors podcast.
Yeah, absolutely. So remember, all 2.5 of you at home that are listening and watching,
My brother's so funny, isn't he?
make
He's
sure.
the best.
Make
2.5.
sure to reach out to
Yes.
Todd.
Yes. 2.5 more than I had.
Right?
Yeah. Hey. It's all
Exactly.
good.
See, I like
See?
that. I
Sell
like his
half cars?
optimism.
Yeah, of course.
I like his optimism.
Yes.
So Todd, this has been a blast, man. I really appreciate you coming in.
thank you for having
sharing
me.
your story, giving us a behind the scenes about what you do and who you are, and your passion really shines through, man. And,
Thank you.
And I'm glad everybody gets a chance to see it because we
I
know
am
it.
too.
Yeah.
So we're glad that everyone else gets
Yeah,
to see it.
that we
too.
get to share it.
Dad,
Yeah, exactly. I'm glad that you guys had me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you. It means a lot.
Of course, man. We appreciate you. And so if you're ready to buy, sell, lease anywhere in the United States,
Correct.
right?
Anything that we can do to help car-wise,
Anything.
just let us know.
By the way, not even that. I connected you with a friend to try and sell his motorcycle. I know you tried to help him do that. I don't
Yeah.
remember if it worked out or not, but because I think his situation changed. But like,
Sure.
the guy will do
We do jet skis. I did a jet ski last week.
amazing.
kidding.
Yeah, yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So if you're looking to get a car, reach out to Todd Rizzo, Rizzo Automotive Concierge Services at Rizzo Automotive on Instagram.
Correct.
Connect with this guy. He's such a good guy. He's going to take great care of you, and you get an amazing deal.
yeah, and remember, mention the Digital Mayors podcast again. Get
Yes,
30%
please do.
off
These
their
guys
fee.
are the best. The
Do
best.
it, and of course, follow us on social media.
Yeah,
right.
Us too.
Yeah.
We'll have all the info in the show notes.
Yeah.
So you'll see all that. And you just want to say thank you again for coming in.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
And bye for now.
Peace. Thank you, guys.
Bye for
Appreciate
now.
it.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. This was awesome, man. I
Thank
appreciate
you,
you.
man. Thank you, guys.
Like for real.
Say, I do love this music.
It's pretty awesome. You guys are the best.
Who
Thank
came
you.
up with this?
Ben found it. My brother chose it.
Nice.